and the goal is to bring you your next favorite band.
Sweet, that intro is my new favorite band. That's phenomenal. I'm so excited to be on.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that you might be able to play that song live today.
You heard correctly. Yes.
Excellent. So,
good enough for rapping.
I don't know when I rock out here on your next favorite band show.
and listen, it's going to be everybody's favorite band.
Phil, you weren't supposed to make me get all... God almighty,
But this
Phil.
is why we do it.
Like, seriously. I gotta gather myself. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome to your next favorite band. That's both the show title and our promise to you. We here at Stereophilia Studio are tireless in our pursuit of finding incredible, genre-defiant artists who are either a hot up-and-coming band or a group that has been delivering for years but have flown under the radar. Tonight, we have some slow-burning cinematic emo that will make you feel stuff. From Philly, Jersey, Love, said the Commander. Each month, we will bring you live streams, audio podcasts, and perhaps even a live concert where you can listen to the stories and hear the music of artists personally curated by us based on what we feel will be worthy of your time. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to each episode because the possibilities are endless and you never know who will be your next favorite band. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Philip Reese, and you are listening to your next favorite band. And we've got a great one for you tonight. This is definitely a sound and a genre that has been, I think, missing on the show. They called it, slow-burning cinematic emo. And as we often say on this show, we don't like the genre categories, labels, if you will, because you might have a reaction to any one of those four words and think that, oh, maybe this one isn't for you. But it is. It is because it's amazing music and it's beautiful. And you're going to love it. So stay tuned, and we're going to share some, as we often do. Always. We always do it. But anyway, and there's even a special song. So this will really tease this out. They have here, I'll show you this. They have this thing called Secret Songs. Love, said the Commander. Secret Songs. See that? And we're going to talk more about it later, but they wrote a song for our show, predominantly about our love of Music Fest and the music discovery that comes with that festival and how our show was kind of like born out of it. And so we have the ability to share a never before heard song. I haven't heard it yet. I've definitely, and that's not a bit. I truly haven't. They sent it to me. I didn't listen on purpose, and I'm going to take a first listen during the episode. So we have brand new music from Love, Said the Commander. And the one thing I do know is the title is Dog Days. So that's what we're going to go for a little bit later in the show. First, we're going to kind of get into their story and such. But speaking of Music Fest, I did also want to promote our Exordium. Let me bring up the little image here. So the Exordium, once again, Latin for the first part. So the Tuesday before Music Fest starts, this will be our 5th year doing this. And all 5 years we've done it from the Flying V. So the Flying V is the poutineery here in Bethlehem on South Side. And they have two food trucks or food locations during Music Fest, one on North Side, one on South Side. And so you can kind of get your fries, gravy, and cheese curds wherever you need them. They're easily accessible. But so thank you to the Flying V for housing us all these years. And then as well, thank you to our many guests that always come on. So we sit with Patrick Brogan of Arts Quest. He's the chief programming officer, and he and I and the original co-host of the show, David Moore, the three of us kind of share our must-see band picks of the festival. We also kind of share our best day of the festival. So in case maybe somebody can only get down for one day, we're like, this is the day you don't want to miss, and then we kind of talk through why we say that. We also spend time with Bobby Martrich of EPAWA. He gives some early weather prognostication for the festival. He's not been wrong all the prior 4 years, so he can really kind of hone in on like the first 4 days ish, because he's going to be less than a week out. He feels pretty good about the first half, if you might say, and then the second half he usually kind of hedges and says it looks like this, it might be that, but most likely it's this, and this. This is the day to worry about for rain or whatever. And he's been pretty much on the money, because he always is. He's the most amazing weather person, not only from his predictive powers, but also from his ability to speak about it in a way that's like understandable for somebody who doesn't have that kind of either training or background. So I've always loved that about Bobby, and thank you to him for also always coming on. He is the official weather person for Music Fest, so that's also a great honor there. We also typically bring on Northside Sheriff Gerard Longo. John Moser often comes on the show. We always have 2 bands that are going to perform live. We've got one locked in. We're still waiting on a second, but don't you worry, we'll get there. And yeah, so like we kind of just dive into the festival a couple days before. It's basically 2 days before day 0, which there's always that like kind of preview night where a couple of bands play on a few of the stages on Southside to kind of just warm everything up. It's like preseason. But anyway, favorite 10 days of the year coming up soon, and we love it and can't wait to do the exordium to help everyone prepare for it. So now on to our guest. Love Said the Commander. We really admire the type of music that they're creating and their entire process that I can't wait to dive into and learn more from Kate Hall and Chris Bishop of Love Said the Commander. So let's listen into this track called The Way You Make Me Feel. And it's also a video that's very interesting because they do like basically almost 3 versions, at least 2 of every song they have on their channel. And we're going to dive into that as well. But here's their song, a live performance from an animal shelter. The Way You Make Me Feel. Love Said the Commander.
I don't know what to say. My words always get me in trouble. Staying out of my head was the best idea. And what a beautiful day. Thanks for getting me out into sunshine. Staying out of my head was the best idea. 'Cause I love the way you make me feel.
Love Said the Commander is a duo from Philly, Jersey that embraces maximal minimalism in order to create slow-burning cinematic emo that make you feel stuff. Kate Hall met Chris Bishop on Craigslist in the winter of 2018, and the pair have been writing, recording, and performing together ever since. In their time as a band, Love Said the Commander has released 1 album, 7 EPs, and lots of singles that played hundreds of live performances throughout the Northeast. Their debut album, Castaway, which was released in the summer of 2024, was recorded at the Jersey Shore, and its 9 songs reflect what the pair has been through and grown into, both personally and as a band. In the end, Love Said the Commander hopes to prove that New Jersey and Pennsylvania can actually come together to create something beautiful. Let's bring this back up and bring them on the show. I said this to you both before we came on. I feel bad talking over this beautiful music. Welcome to the show. Kate Hall, Chris Bishop, Love Said the Commander.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, thanks so much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
We're so excited to be here.
Oh, my honor. I guess let's start just with this wonderful video that you shoot. These are called Spaces videos, right? And you've done like 23, 24 of them of different songs where you actually, this is a live recording of you performing this song in this animal shelter.
Yes. Surrounded by rescue pooches. It was like the best day ever.
I'm sure it was. And we're going to finally catch a glimpse of you actually performing off to the right here. I love the cinematography of it because it's not about you, it's about the space.
Yes.
Exactly.
But there's
Yeah,
at
that
least
one
the
was-
proof.
that was-
Yes, this was live.
Yes,
exactly.
that one was so fun, but so difficult because we just wanted to pet all the dogs.
I'm sure.
That
I'm
was
sure.
a real difficult one to film.
And a bunch of them got adopted after we shared it. So that was really
Awesome. So cool.
Some of the dogs in the first part were there for a pretty long time. So that was really exciting.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. And a beautiful song, too. I want to touch on that in a second. Back to the space. How I've heard great stories about how animals just react to live music and either calm down or want to kind of almost touch the instruments or whatever. Like, is there any fun story about the way the animals responded to the music?
I feel like it was just kind of chaos.
Oh, really?
Which is funny because it's such like a mellow, chill song.
Yeah.
But I think it was just like something brand new for them all.
Sure.
Maybe. And
Yeah. I went to an animal shelter, like a sanctuary, where it was more like farm animals that had been rescued.
That's amazing.
It's in the Catskills. And they said that one of the people who works there is a musician, and he would sometimes just walk out into like the fields and pastures and start playing and singing.
I love that.
And like just they were telling these stories about how like certain animals would just come and sit, and other ones would want to come and like more the birds wanted to come and like pluck the strings like they had chickens and roosters.
It
And stuff.
sounds terrifying.
It was. They said that they were like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Like the first couple times, but then they realized it was being like this communal moment. And animals are just so wonderful when it comes to that stuff. It's really, really cool.
They are. Yeah, our dog, we actually adopted him from that same facility. And Chris and I were like jamming a few weeks ago, and he like was down with us hanging out. And it was almost like, right, Chris, the howl that it was like in the same key as the song we were playing, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was like straight from his soul.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, we both stopped and we were like, what just happened?
He had to let it out.
Amazing.
That is so cool.
Amazing.
That is super awesome. So so let's talk about the song then. So The Way You Make Me Feel. We're going to dive into a couple different songs, and also just the process and whatnot. Just anything you would want to share about inspiration or kind of like where that one came from?
Well, definitely one of our happier songs, right?
I was just gonna say, most of like the happier tunes, I think, are definitely geared towards like my husband.
Yeah.
That one definitely is one of those songs, I think, just sort of channeling how he makes me feel.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I always joke with him. I'm like, you're the only person in the world that could get me to write like a positive song that's, gonna make people cry, but because they're happy.
Sure. Yeah. No,
You
and I
know?
think too, it's like, I mean, naturally, and this is even why I say that off the top, like the word emo has people already thinking, oh, it's going to be sad and depressing and so on. It's like, gotcha.
Yeah.
But even still, like the world needs that kind of music. And then there is a lot of your music that's instrumental, but I would almost say more than half. Is that correct? Like, or halfy? I don't know.
Decent amount. Maybe not quite half, but we love playing instrumental stuff.
Yeah. No, I think that's what's wonderful about it too, because then people can really put whatever they're feeling impressioned onto the music. It's like, one person will think it's the saddest song ever. They'll be like, look at this happy song about the birth of a child. And it's like, it's the same song. But it's fun stuff. And the stuff is, again, beautiful. And then there's that phrase you have in there, too, maximal minimalism, or the other way around. I can't remember which one. It doesn't really matter. The point is, like, there is such simplicity to your music and yet so complex.
Yeah. And it kind of came out of necessity. So we've met on Craigslist, like you mentioned.
Right.
And originally we're like, all right, well, we'll form a full band. We'll get drums, we'll get bass player, we'll do all that. And it was like hard kind of finding people that we like melded with and everything. And then so we kind of just realized, well, let's just stick with us and see what we can do with it and do as much as we can within the confines of this duo.
Yeah.
And then so once we kind of clicked into that, we just embraced it. And that's kind of what we've been doing ever since.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually do something I don't normally do, but because it is an instrumental, I have another song from another one of your spaces because it's beautiful. And I want to learn more about the space because I just was blown away by. So you have other ones that you've done. You did one in a cemetery. You did one on a fountain. You did one in a green room. You've done lots of other ones too. This particular one is at the Awakening sculpture. And the song is called Eventide. So I'm going to let this play a little bit, and then, like I said, it is instrumental, so it's a little bit easier to talk of only, but for how beautiful it is, and you don't want to interrupt it. But check out Eventide by Love Said the Commander. that moment. I was like, what am I looking at?
What is that?
So like I said, I hate talking over the top of this because it generates emotions. I mean, it's just such beautiful music. For those of you listening on the podcast, where they're performing in is they're surrounded by this enormous sculpture of a man. Basically, I'm going to guess is coming out of the ground, since it's called Awakening. But basically, you don't see his torso; just these ginormous arms and legs and face are coming up out of the ground, and it's awe-inspiring. And then with this music there too, it's just like, what a powerful combo. So where did you find this? Tell us more about this space and this song.
Yeah, the space is really cool. He's actually an artist from New Jersey, Seward Johnson, right, Chris?
Yeah, Seward Johnson.
And he like created grounds for sculpture in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm from that area originally, so like I knew about this, and I just thought it would make it the perfect place to go shoot.
Sure.
For that song, it like fits it perfectly.
It really does.
And it's easy. We didn't need to get permission. Like,
that's always helpful.
We're really into like the guerrilla style like music filmmaking.
And with
like,
two people, you can
off.
probably get in and get out real quick.
Yeah, and my husband mans the camera. We call him Button Man because he just like, is there to
right
press all the buttons. But it's just the three of us. We like roll in, roll out, usually one take. And there was no people, so that was great. Because that happens sometimes when we're just like showing up in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
Yep. But you just got to embrace it. Actually, right now you can see a couple people walking in the background there. Yep.
right.
We just embrace that at this point.
Yeah. And it's fun too, because like people will come over to us after and be like, "What the heck are you doing? Like,
You're right.
What is this?" So
it's Love Said the Commander, duh.
Yeah, there's just something about like that shot is just so
Yes.
like it's so beautiful. And,
Yeah. You could see that being like the cover of the single or like the album or something like that.
Yeah. It was just like a beautiful fall day too. It just all
totally
ends up like we show up and we're like, all right, let's just do it.
Yeah. I have to think the statue is somewhat even inspired by, there's this one I happen to catch, I can't think of the name of it right now, but in Versailles, in Paris, there's this statue that's very much like this, but it's more the other way. It's like one of the Greek gods is like getting destroyed by lava or something like that.
Wow.
And it's this awesome like fountain, like, and it's very much in this kind of like, where you can just see this almost like agony that the piece is in. It's pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
But yeah, the music, inspiration, like just like I said, like it's when I just listen to it, it just brings emotion out. Like it's just so powerfully written.
Thank you so much.
Any kind of like what that particular one was trying to communicate or share? Obviously, it's called Eventide.
So we wrote that one quite a while back, and I was definitely playing around with like different tunings on the guitar, so it's always fun to mix things up that way.
Yep.
It just kind of, a lot of what we do is one of us will kind of write something, send it to the other one, we kind of add stuff to it.
Sure.
Kind of like really came out of COVID, and we've really dug into that over the years. And that particular one, I don't even remember what the initial thoughts of
It just
were.
like happened. I feel like that's a lot of stuff that it's like I've never written with someone that it's so organic, where it literally just like falls out of our bodies, and then all of a sudden we have a song and we're like, I can't recall what was going on in my brain when that happened. Like, it's wild.
Just the
I've never
divine inspiration of
before.
what's coming through you.
Exactly.
We really try not to think too hard about stuff. Like this is what feels right for this piece.
Yeah, no,
right?
I totally get
that's
it.
That.
Yeah,
you know, and we can always tell. Yeah, that's what it should be. That's what it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But we don't think too much about it.
Yeah. No, that's very cool.
Which is hard. That's really challenging to do, and we still too like will try and really keep things as simple as possible, not adding too many
Yeah.
layers, because we also want to be able to play a lot of these tunes live and
Yes.
have it not feeling like it's missing something.
No, and that's very true.
Yeah.
Like for
Especially with the two
me,
of us.
the live performance is that much more important.
Sure.
Because that's where you're really going to connect with the sound, you know, the artist, if you will, and it really kind of like just takes over. And I can only imagine what that's like, especially in a smaller space. Like we were talking earlier about, your sound would be amazing in Godfrey Daniels. So we hopefully have to see that happen down the road, because not only would it be nice and close, but also the space would make it sound just special, pretty magical. But yeah, so. You had talked about there, and I want to kind of put a pin in this. We'll come back to it. Your songwriting between two people. I remember hearing another interview you were a part of about how, like, when you were in other bands with more people in it, it's harder to not only songwrite but also navigate a tour schedule with that many more, schedules and perspectives and styles and so on. That there was this. Not only the ease at which the two of you work so well together, but also just the simplicity of that too, that you were able to maybe just expand deeper what you were able to bring, almost that minimal maximalism again. But let's come back to that. I'd love to first start with, Kate, we'll start with you. Let's go back to the way beginning, like when you were either, wherever music really kind of entered into your life for the first time. So as a child or was there, some sort of instrument or one moment that you were just like, I want to make music?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was in like first or second grade, and I saw the Trenton Symphony Orchestra play at the War Memorial in Trenton, and came home and was like, I want to play violin. And then that was it. My parents, like, we rented a violin, played through school, and then that started the
Yeah. And you can always tell, like, this is something that I always am just amazed in, is like somebody who was born to play that instrument and someone who maybe picked it up just over time because they were interested in it. Like, you were born to do this, and whatever moment that was that like unlocked the aesthetic of the sound, and probably even just the image, the visual image of the violin was just like, whoa, that's what I've been waiting for.
That's it. Yeah. And then once I got an electric violin, then it was like all over. Like I had Beethoven like rolling in his grave. You know what I mean? like classically for so long, and then getting an electric, plugging it into an amp, and like the first thing I learned was like Jimi Hendrix version of the Star Spangled Banner.
Right? Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Everyone's like, "What is this?" Like,
well, it's so funny. Like, and I'm sure you, like, it's not like you don't already know this, but some people are like, oh, Beethoven, Mozart. They were like the punk rock stars of their time. Like, they were doing things that no one else did. They were breaking the rules. So it was like, no, they're probably celebrating all of these moments.
Headbanging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, no, I just find that funny when people who are like of the classical background are like, we can't do that. Why not? Like, none of those people honored the rules at that time. We should be celebrating the breaking of the rules anyway. Yeah. But yes, no, that's a great thing. And then did it go anywhere from there? Like, as far as like, again, like as you were diving, like you talk about the electric violin, but how about like, college or other mentors or early bands? Like, how did it kind of evolve from there?
I've been playing in like crappy rock bands since like middle school. I got an acoustic guitar in like 8th grade, and starting like, I was really into like hardcore punk and like emo music. That was like, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And
correct me if I'm wrong, but all of your prior music sounded nothing like what Love Said.
Nothing like this. No. And it's so wild because like I talk about it all the time that you could also, it was like bands where you could drink 10 beers and go play and crush it. And now in this project, you really need to be on your game.
Zen, nap beforehand. Like,
no one, there's not very much room to make mistakes with just the two of us live. So it's like, you really got to.
And with the looping technologies, like you have to time that perfectly. Yeah,
exactly.
But I was used to just, running around, jumping on stage, being crazy. And then now fast forward to this and we're like, I don't know.
Sitting on our stools nice and calmly.
Yeah, and we sit and play, which is something else that just, I never thought that would be, what I'd be doing.
Cool.
But...
Yeah. And then tell me this story, because I loved hearing it and I think people will enjoy it. So you're basically, if I understand it right, the band you were in, either you ended it or it ended, and you were like looking for your next thing by putting an ad in a Craigslist.
Yeah.
And you were ready to basically give up.
I was.
Yeah.
But the funniest part about that though, I was looking for girls.
Right.
I was looking to put like a punk girl, like all girls.
Right.
And at that point, I was playing drums mainly. So I was looking just to drum for like a crappy punk, like girl band.
Sure.
And I hear from Chris. We get together, start writing like this like sad, slow music, and I'm like, what is happening? But it like changed my life. I mean,
Sure.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just the universe always has a plan, and I feel like
Totally.
I really believe that's true.
Yeah, 100%. So now we'll flip it to Chris. So basically, again, this moment she's ready to give up. It's your first attempt at finding a band.
Yeah.
But again, we'll pin that. Let's go
Yeah.
back to your youth and talk about your kind of like inspirations on how you found music.
Yeah. So my family, they like music, but no one played music when
Got
I was
it.
growing up. So, but I do remember very explicitly, I was around 10 when I got my first guitar, but right before that, I believe it was Sam's Club, actually. We were in there one time getting your bulk items, you know?
Nice.
And it was a sunburst finish. I'm almost 99% sure it was a harmony guitar that was just like kind of sitting out there. I was like, that is cool. I don't know why or anything, but I really
Sure.
liked
Again,
that.
the visual aesthetic
Right?
drew you to it. Absolutely.
That's what got me.
Yep.
That's what got me. So I got also a harmony, but a small red harmony guitar for Christmas when I was 10. And then started taking lessons. It didn't stay in tune very long, so I had to upgrade to a slightly bigger guitar. Then finally a full size like Squire. That was my good first guitar.
Nice.
And started taking lessons when I was 10. And I got hooked into the Led Zeppelin. That was my big thing. Hendrix, all that good stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, started nice and early, just kind of like Kate, not quite as early, but yeah, I've just been into it ever since.
Yeah.
And then kind of bounced, like played in high school, played in college, played a little bit when I've been in Philly, phoned in with some other bands, some other friends. And then I was kind of always wanted to like give this a real shot and really spend more time doing it. And that's when I'd say, all right, I'm going to do this, go on Craigslist. Let's see what we can do. And then I was looking for a female singer. And then I responded to Kate. And I was like, hey, I think we get along really well. Here's a little song. One of the songs that she wrote, I added a little something to it. Just to
neat.
Give her an idea of what I was thinking.
Sure.
And then we met and it just hit it off right away. And the rest is history.
And it went down the sad emo path.
So it was so easy. I don't know what she's talking about, how it's hard to find people and all that.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I still hold a grudge a little bit.
Yeah, no, you have to. You gotta keep that chip
Understandably
on your
so.
shoulder.
Yeah.
So Craigslist has come up a number of times, but that's definitely the first Sam's Club reference on the inspo.
I think it's the first time I've mentioned that. It just popped into my head.
Yeah, no, that's
so
fantastic.
good.
Yeah.
And I've brought this up many times before, so people know this about me as an interviewer. I kind of think asking where the band name came from is like a sleepwalk question. And really where I'm stemming from with that is like, let's say it's called Chasing Cars. And I hear so many times the interviewer just doesn't do their homework and it's always about where the band name come from, what'd you do during COVID, because they're easy ones. Yeah. But sometimes I don't know, we were just drunk and came up with it. Yeah. So like, only ask the question if you know it's a cool answer. And so obviously with this, I don't know how, I actually meant to do this research, but I don't know how many band names have a question mark halfway through the name, or not even halfway, but I do know what the story is. So luckily that, but tell us like where kind of like, so it's obviously a quote from the book Handmaid's Tale.
Correct.
I shouldn't say obviously. I didn't know it either until I looked it up, but yeah, tell us like kind of like what the inspiration was by using that.
Yeah. So as anyone who plays music and has a band knows, it's really hard to come up with a name that's like original.
Sure.
It's not cheesy.
Yeah.
You know,
findable.
Right. Findable. Yeah. It evokes the sound you're kind of going for.
Especially
all that.
with what sound we were creating at that point. We're like, what do we call this?
Exactly. So we literally both had like notes on our phones with like hundreds of ideas, you know.
Actually, I have here, this is like you can see it's right in the middle there. This is from someone's book. This Love Says the Commander.
Yes.
What kind of love?
Yep.
H220, baby.
That is awesome. Yeah, H220. And so, I was just reading it one night and got to that page. And I was like, man, that looks cool on the page. And then immediately Googled it. Nothing popped up. Like, honestly, even really for the Handmaid's Tale, nothing really popped up.
That's interesting.
And then sent it to Kate. We thought about it just to make sure for a couple of days. I'm like, yeah, this feels right. And then, so that was it ever since then. So it's really easy to find us then. Still to this day, nothing else pops up.
Right.
That was huge. And definitely, I feel like fits the sounds we're going for.
So I went to college for theater. So the actor in me wants to come up at so like, it's very hard to say love. said the
I love
commander.
when people do that though. It makes my day.
Yeah, we
I
like never
tried to
emphasize
see.
that, but everybody does. It's
Right, in
great.
that
Yeah.
opening, I have to hit that like 8-second part perfectly, and I'm like, that pause would throw me off, and I wouldn't land it. So I had to
Yeah.
just go with the more popular "Love Said the Commander," as if there's no question mark there. But
Yeah.
the actor in me wants to be like, "There's a question mark.
Exactly.
You
Shakespeare
have to
it.
hit it on the up." Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, no,
So it's
I
always fun explaining to people how to find us. Love question marks. I think like it's a little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah,
complicated.
it's a
but
fun
yeah,
story.
easy to find us.
yes, memorable. We'll say that, and then people will be
Yeah.
like, "Wait, I will wake up tomorrow and still remember the name of that band that I fell in love with." But yeah, so now Craigslist happens. You meet each other. It's a very easy songwriting process. Kind of, where do those next kind of couple steps go? Because obviously it's a little prolific in the what you've been putting out: EPs, singles, one full album. But obviously there's tons of music out there.
Yeah, and it's just like doing all the stuff bands do, right? You try to play as many shows as you can. We did a contest on Sonic Bids that first year that we won, so we got to play the Brooklyn Bowl in New York City and open for the Felice Brothers. Like that was one of our
Fantastic.
first shows. Like
Yeah.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
So just doing all that kind of stuff, and I think speaking for myself for sure, and I think Kate too, we just love writing and recording music, so we just kind of want to keep doing that no matter what.
Sure.
So we just kind of over the years have just kept naturally just been putting stuff out because we just love it so much. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I kind of wanted to jump to, I think it's your fourth EP. Is that Bones? Is that the one?
Yes.
Because I think it's a really cool story. It speaks to
Yeah.
some of the things you already mentioned before. The Wayne County Courthouse in Honesdale, Pennsylvania.
Yes, my hometown. Yeah.
There you go. I have a picture of it. This is what it looks like on the outside.
Yes, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, and again, a beautiful fall day. And then here's the inside. So
yes, yeah.
I imagine you were somewhat positioned in that general area. And the cool parts about this, but I'll let you all kind of tell the full story. One microphone, one day of film of recording the entire thing.
So my dad was head of maintenance there for 30 plus years.
So he had the keys.
So he was
we
been
get the
retired,
connection.
right? So, but he still knew some people there. So kind of we had the idea to do it in an interesting location. We wanted to do it live. We wanted to do the one microphone. And so he talked to one of his friends who was still working there. So we were able to get that connection. So we actually had a show in Philly the night before. I think I drove home right after that show. So super late at night. Kate and Ed came up the next day. And it was beautiful. Button Man. And it was just a beautiful day. And my dad and his friend Linus, they actually showed up too. So they were kind of hanging out in the background. And it was, we always joke about it. It was so funny because every time we were like going to record something, we would have to remind them, all right, guys, we're about to record, because they're like talking in the background.
Right.
My
Well,
dad wore like,
by the way, Boomer was wearing like a swooshy suit. Okay.
Yeah,
like the noisiest clothes you can imagine. Boomer, I love you so much. But it's my favorite story of the whole day. So like he would be shifting around in the pew, and like the pews are really noisy too.
Yep,
just,
creaky and
it's
noisy.
an old building. But then you'd hear like his Adidas like swooshy suit. It was the best. It was the best part of the day, honestly.
It was so good. It was so good. So so between that, we had a great time and recorded those 4 songs. And we were so proud of that one.
Yeah.
And then that night, I don't care if you want to say what happened that night when you got home too.
That night, I like severed an artery in my hand.
What?
Yeah, like it was crazy. And then I could not like play guitar or violin for like almost 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's gotta be scary as hell.
The timing of that is
unbelievable. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, that was like the best day. And I feel like that was actually what sort of started our whole, because we're definitely a live performance band. I think that's where we thrive, is our live performances.
And that's what it's on display, because like a lot of those, like the 2 I've played already were live recordings, and they sound so good that it's like people would probably assume it's the recorded, like the recording studio version or the pre-recorded version.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's just how tight it all is, and how it just really comes to life.
Yeah, that experience definitely sort of, I think, sparked that new direction of just really keeping it as simple as possible and being able to really, play everything.
Totally.
Just the 2 of us,
Yeah. And then you even embraced that on the next one. The In the Kitchen EP was shot in your kitchen, not shot, recorded. And then, but you I guess you wanted to intentionally keep all the ambient noises
Yep.
of what was
Yes.
going on in the neighborhood. So anything you're
Yeah.
hearing in those, which obviously it's probably better with headphones on,
Yeah.
it was all meant to be there by you all.
Yeah, we put a mic right outside on my porch, like an extra mic. So we had that, and we purposely recorded the whole thing in different parts during the day. So we have like an early song all the way to like the evening time. But I mean, there is like during a tune called Drive, there is right in the beginning of it, we couldn't have made that happen in post. Like a car drives by, like in the most perfect time, and you're like, oh my god!
Again,
like,
the universe.
Exactly, and hearing it because we had the windows open. I remember specifically recording that one, being like, crap. That was in the very beginning of the song, and I'm like, crap, we really can't mess this up now because that was like
no pressure,
the perfect thing that could have happened. So no pressure, but also don't mess up. Like,
You're right.
Yeah. In every song we had a bunch of different noises outside, airplanes and crickets and bugs, and then like a bus dropped off kids for after school for one of the later tunes. Like it was so cool. Everyone had its own distinct. It's like we got all the sounds of the neighborhood for each song. It was really cool how that worked.
And some people might think that was either done in post or you chose those. So important for people to know those were all the happy accidents of what you were hoping to capture, and then like we just talked about, the universe dropped it at the perfect time.
And it's funny because most people don't want that noise on the
and
recording, right? Like,
I love that stuff. Like for me, that's terrific. Yeah,
absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, because oh my god, you can spend. I mean, that's never ending trying to get rid of all the little sounds and stuff. So when you just like embrace all that, it just makes it more real and lively and
absolutely
more interesting. Yeah.
And then to keep going down the EP path here, the next one is a little bit of a hybrid of both of that. The Breathing Room EP is a 4-song instrumental that you wrote for your 1-year-old nephew to help go to sleep. And you did bring in a recorded Market Frankfurt line to loop in there because that repetitive kind of train sound is obviously going to be helpful for putting an infant to sleep.
Yeah, it's like a lullaby.
Yeah.
Well, it works for me because it's right outside my window, and so I fall asleep to that every night. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought these were kind of such interesting, cool stories for each of these different ones. People could kind of go and take a listen intentionally to kind of hear these things. Or if you have an infant, I'm sure the Breathing Room EP would be a good one to put on for sleep time.
Yeah.
Cool. That does bring us to the Castaway full length. But I wanted to pause because this is also around the same time you won the WNYC Public Song Project. So tell us about that one.
Cool.
Yeah, Kate, you want to share that?
You do it.
Okay. So so they had a little contest, and it was supposed to be for like a certain range of time. I forget, like the 1920s.
We just made it.
Yeah,
we kind of missed that part.
Yeah, we missed that part. But so it was songs of the summer, right? And it was anything from the public domain, poetry, any kind of stuff, and you could turn it into a song. And so we took a poem from Robert Louis Stevenson from like 1883 or something like that, right?
Right. And public domain is anything over 100 years old?
I think 75.
And we use it often. We've already we like to
there's whole videos. You have there's these different ones that you have in addition to the spaces. You have the public domain videos on your channel. Yeah,
absolutely, love that. So Kate found a poem of his called "Bed in Summer," and it's just about how awful it is when you're a kid, how you got to go to bed when it's still light out.
Yep.
And so we took the poem and then added the music to it. And submitted it. So let's see what happens. And then we ended up being one of the winners for it. So we got to perform at the Lincoln Center 2 summers ago, and it was incredible. We got to play that song, and it was such an amazing experience.
Again, don't screw it up.
Right? Don't screw it up. You got
Especially
one
that one. You got one song. Yeah.
You got one song. And then it went really well. And then actually they reached out to us the following year. And so last October, they had us go and play a whole set. We got to do a headlining show at the Lincoln Center.
That's so cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And talk about like sounding great, like the space and everything, how it just filled up the room. Like that, it was incredible. So that was a great experience that led to another amazing experience.
Yeah.
That is so amazing.
And we never win anything. So that was like, I mean, I still can't believe that happened because like, I just expect the worst with everything. I'm the worst person. But like the fact that we won that, I'm still like, my mind is still blown.
That's awesome. And listen, well deserved. And again, like I think it's the aesthetic of bringing all that together and the genuine nature of it. Like it's not like something that you went and just did on some random Wednesday. Like this is something that
Yeah.
you do and embrace on a regular basis.
Right.
Real quick, I want you to touch on. So you have different types of videos. So we talked about spaces. We just touched on public domain. You also do motion music videos, and then the one that made me giggle was music that stops murder. So if you want to just
Yes,
touch
thank
on your
you.
overall YouTube channel and these
Please.
different offerings, like just kind of explain these.
I get so bummed out because I feel like people do not get us, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like the music that stops murder, my husband and I have the best time making those, and they have like 30 views, and I'm like, this one is gonna go viral. I know it. It's so funny, and
Right.
crickets. So thank you
No,
so
yeah.
much for bringing that up because
Absolutely.
they're out there.
Yes. you
And
gotta
there's
go
a
check them
bunch
out.
of them.
Yes. Yes.
They're really fun.
Yeah. And then
Um,
the motion music video, that's just your song then again set to like something that's just in motion, but like
Yeah,
it's a
and I
different
usually,
take
like,
on the same.
play them backwards. So
Yeah.
it's like the opposite of, I don't know. It makes it more interesting, I guess, than just
Totally.
like walking forwards. Now you're just walking backwards. So
Yeah. But
um,
it's such a neat dive because
thank you for bringing those up. That's awesome.
sure, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think that that's kind of neat is, in this world where it's like, do you have a website? Should you have social media? Blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes it's like for music, I think YouTube is the best place to go to kind of go
Yeah.
and see what the art is all about.
Exactly.
And when you can set it to these neat backdrops, I just think it's a really great
Yeah,
way to
well,
kind of put your stuff out
we
there.
both really love movies, so I think that also helps. That's sort of what brought us into the public domain
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah, the
there's
visual.
just so much incredible things on there, and to give art a new life, I think is like one of the most exciting things that we can do. So
Absolutely.
that's really
Yeah.
fun.
Very
But-
cool. Very cool. Well, I think it's time to listen to
Yes.
the special secret song. So first, let's set up just what this is because I think it's super cool. So tell us a little bit about secret songs. So this is basically kind of like the logo
Yay.
for it. Love said the commander. Secret songs. If you want, here's a QR code because after they
Yes.
explain it, you're going to want
Yes.
it. So you can scan that. But here, why don't you describe what the secret song is all about?
Do you wanna?
Well, so in general, so we both love writing and recording music, and especially with everything going on in the world, we're like, how can we maybe bring a little joy to things here?
Sure.
And we've both done this for our own friends and family in the past, like as gifts, writing people songs and whatnot. So we're thinking, well, maybe we can make a little business out of this.
Nice.
So thus Secret Songs was born. Perfect.
Yes.
Great cue there, Phil. Great cue.
Nailed it.
And so basically, anybody who's interested, they just kind of like fill out a little form, tell us information, and then we'll write a song. And it's great for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, pets, memorials, like anything where you want to remember a
Yeah.
relationship or person. It's for like thoughtful people who love music, right?
Mhm.
Like, this is special. It's not AI, obviously. There's a lot of that stuff out there. You can do that, but that's not.
Don't
this,
do that.
obviously.
Don't
No,
even
of course,
offer
don't
it.
do that. Don't do that, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I'm sure the people listening here, they wouldn't be doing that anyway.
Well, if I could just take a pause on that. So to me,
Yeah.
AI, you're two things happening. It's pulling from every genre out there.
Yep.
And the second thing it's doing is it's including the good stuff, the mediocre stuff, and the bad stuff.
Yep.
So in essence, it's organized mediocrity because it's going to
Absolutely.
land somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
So in addition to that, you're cutting out true artists and you're just it's inherently plagiaristic it's like
Absolutely.
obviously.
Absolutely.
So I just am so against it, especially when it comes to art. Use it to like organize your spreadsheets and analyze
Fine for
data
that.
for
Sure.
patterns. That's
Yep.
a great use of it.
Great.
Don't use it to create art.
Exactly.
So that's just my soapbox moment on that.
No, I love that. We
Yeah.
need to make T-shirts that say that.
Just, yes.
Yeah. No, this is our reaction to that, right?
Yeah.
We
It is.
totally
yeah.
agree.
And here's a
Yeah.
perfect like this is where you can actually pay an artist to create something for you in the way that it was always supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
One of a kind.
exactly,
Exactly.
right.
One of a
Yeah.
kind, unique. And we love, it's so much fun doing these. And
Yeah.
then when
And it was
people-
I'll say this too. This was your idea. Like when you were booked for the show, you were like, "Hey, we have this thing we'd like to try out. What do you think?" And then we don't want you to listen to it. We want you to listen to it for the first time on the show.
When you agreed to that, I was so excited. I'm like, that's gonna be so cool. And it's good that you have a theater background, so if you hate it, you can still act
can
like
pretend.
you love it.
True, very true. Yeah, I'll totally fake it. But you also get these cool stickers. You get the secret song stickers.
So when you do it, so once it's all said and done, then you get the high quality recordings of it, WAV and MP3 file. You get a YouTube video with custom artwork, and then the handwritten lyrics.
And then that's what this is. Yep. So I'll show you all.
That's my favorite part.
Yep.
These are the lyrics to the song, and we're about to hit play.
Exactly.
I'm probably no shock to anybody. Because of the time of year, this was perfect. When you asked for like what should the song be about, I'm like, well, this is basically going to be like 2 weeks before Music Fest, which is where the show, like in essence, it was the birth of this show. So not a child, but this love of live music and this love of music discovery that I have is really what I kind of said, hey, would you be interested in writing about that? And you all took to it pretty much right away. I'm sure the part of you were just like, you don't want this about like, your partner or your kids or anything, or a sunset.
Okay, Phil, whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's just like a good challenge. Like,
sure, right.
It's something different. I think this was the first time we wrote a song about like a thing and not like a human,
right, like a person animal. Or an experience or something.
Yeah,
right.
So that was cool. I was very excited for the challenge.
That's awesome. And so let's take a listen to Dog Days, the secret song for, I guess, your next favorite band in honor of Music Discovery and Music Fest. So take a listen. Love Said the Commander, Dog Days.
August haze with you. Lots of music and art, performances off the charts. It sets the festival apart. Dog days and sound waves in Eastern PA. For 42 years, snacks and beers brings us all together. It's something that we look forward to. Every summer there's something new. A place where wild dreams come true. I like to spend it with you. Harmony into our ears. It doesn't matter what your age. Everyone there is all the same. Igor and the Red Elvises, fused with wild weather. It's something that we look forward to. Every summer there's something new, a place where wild dreams come true. I like to spend it with sheriff keeps us safe, and Patrick Brogan runs the place. The overlap of lands to see, wishing you could split in threes. It's something that we look forward to. Every summer there's something new. finding your next favorite band. Mugs and corn in high demand brings us all together.
That is fucking great. Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm like teared up here because I'm so honored, and that is just so amazing.
I'm so glad you like it.
That is terrific. And again, like for people, like I gave them like just bullet pointed or quick little half sentences of here's different things it's all about, the exordium and the show and the festival. And so my favorite part is where you can't split yourself in three.
Yeah.
Like
Great line.
I'm literally going through that now, prepping for this year because I'm like, wait, I need to see this one, and they're at the same time. How am I going to do that? Wow, what an honor! Thank you so much. This is perfect.
Thank you. It's so funny when you were promoting the Best Before. I saw Patrick Brogan's name, and I was like, I feel like I know him.
Yeah, no.
Shout out to Patrick Brogan and Igor and the Red Elvises.
Yeah.
Are incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never knew them before
Same.
you mentioned them. So
Oh my
thank you
gosh.
for that. I went down like a deep hole, and
Yes.
I want to see them live so bad.
Oh my gosh.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
If you want, come up and like we can kind of go fest together and
That
we
would
can
be
go see.
awesome.
Yeah, they perform. They almost always perform at least 2 nights. I think it's 2 this year. But their live show is one of the best. And it's
So
like
amazing.
I always say he's like on the Mount Rushmore of Music Fest. I think he's been. It's 42 years. I think he's been at 27 of them.
Wow.
They're from California, so they tour the whole
They're
country,
awesome.
and they are so fun and funny live. And it's just like it's like just such a wonderful like festival experience. They're such a fun band. What I was kind of showing, because my image was a little too small, I was showing that your next favorite band, when it's the lyrics, finding your next favorite band was nice and huge there. So I kind of wanted to show that. But what a fun! I mean, I'm beside myself right now. But so if people want to take you up on this, let me bring up your website. So that we can kind of share that as well as anything else on there.
Mm-hmm.
So there is the site, lovesaidthecommander.com. No question mark. Leave that out because URLs don't love punctuation.
Right.
And then there's this link right here for Secret Songs, which kind of gives you like, the details around it, the how to submit for it, and then the different things. And here's some testimonials about how awesome Kate and Chris are at doing it, which I'm going to have to add one.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then other things on the site here regarding, just different things, news, the About Us page.
Yeah, find all our music, our YouTube page. Oh, yeah.
Videos. And then, so anything else coming up in the future that we can help promote or promote some, sling some merch, anything like that?
I mean, the big stuff now we've been working hard on are the song commissions. So that's
Right.
top of the list.
Yep.
We're starting to work on some new music that we'll be putting out later in the year.
Nice.
That'll be
excellent.
Fun.
With lots of ambient noise.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes, always.
Yep. And we have our Bandcamp. We got some T-shirts up there. We sell merch at all our shows. A lot of handmade stuff from Kate. We use like old guitar strings and stuff, and she makes jewelry with.
Nice.
We have a lot of cool stuff like that.
Yep.
But just like come check us out live. But
we have some stuff too for the 2-year anniversary of Castaway coming up on the 24th of July. For the remainder of the month into August, we'll be doing a couple videos a week, and my husband and I made a Castaway coloring book that will be dropping. Wow. So that's really fun. They're really, really fun. I'm excited about that. So that'll drop too in its little anniversary honor.
Nice.
So.
And is the future music going to be still EPs, or is it going to be a full length, or what are you thinking there?
To be determined.
I feel like our goal is like a double album. That's going to be
nice. A double concept album.
Double album, yeah. Yes. But I feel like there's, endless opportunity at this point.
Totally is.
For what we want to do.
Yeah. And so, go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say, no hard number on the songs. Just like whatever feels right.
Whatever feels right.
Right.
It seems
could
to
be 5, could be 10, could be 15. Right.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so what we always do after the credits is share like our favorite song. And I was mentioning this again earlier. Is there's some of these songs where I just was like, I don't even want to talk over this one. And so the one that always catches my ear and my emotive soul is the song Joan. And so I kind of wanted you to maybe set that one up, and then again it'll play after credits.
Oh, yeah, that one is we wrote in honor of my nan, Joan
Nice.
Engel. Yeah, and we actually did a Spaces for that song.
Mm-hmm.
And we played at this Irish shop that her and I would go to when I was like a little kid. It used to be like in Trenton area.
Sure.
Still the same owners, and when we went in to ask if we could perform it in there live for the Spaces, she remembered my grandma, so it was really cool, and just such like a full circle. Like her whole family was there. It was really special.
Got it.
Yeah,
and so people will have to check that one out. What I actually have is the one that it's the photos that you took from when you were motorcycling around Ireland, I believe. Yeah.
She was 100% Irish and could drink
110.
anyone under the table, even up into her 90s. You know, she was still like. She was just such like a amazing person and a huge like role model in my life. So yeah, that was just such like that whole EP was dedicated to our grandma. So yeah. Oh well, except for the Feist. Oh yeah, dedicated for Feist. Yeah. But
right.
But yeah, the other 3 tunes on that EP are for our grandma. So
wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
That's awesome.
Well, it's a gorgeous song, and I can't wait to play it here for people to take a listen to.
Cool.
But Kate, Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show. This was such a lovely talk.
Yeah, thank you
so much. Thank you so much for the song. What a special treat. Of
course, I'm so glad that you liked it.
I'm going to definitely play it again during the Exordium and sprinkle it throughout because it's just such a a very cool experience. And when you play Music Fest, you're going to have to play that song.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you both, and can't wait to hear all the other new music and see you play live soon.
Great. Thanks so much, Phil.
Thank you. So there you have, and I'm going to say it this way. Love, said the commander. The duo of Kate and Chris, and just such stunning music. Again, like I hesitate to say this cinematic emo because some people will be like, I don't like emo. You will like Love, Said the Commander. So take that deep dive listen. Check out, again, like we were talking about, the YouTube channel is wonderful because some of the same tracks are on there with just different, either the recording with one type of backdrop or the live versions in a space, which is just super neat, and all that kind of like, the sounds of the space, they're just letting those in and letting that kind of be part of the recording, which is just very, very cool. And so definitely give them a follow and go see them live. Like we've been saying, the live is the way to go.
All right, Phil, let's say goodbye to everybody.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Your Next Favorite Band. We'd like to sincerely thank Kate Hall and Chris Bishop of Love, Said the Commander. Just such an amazing sound and great songwriting, phenomenal, just mastery of melody there. And just great stories, too. Like, we loved kind of diving in on the different releases they've had and their backstories, their journeys, how they found each other through Craigslist. One on their last attempt, one on their first. And again, what great way for the universe to kind of like, just make sure stuff happens and comes together that it's meant to be. There'll be links in the show notes to the website, the Spotify and YouTube channels, Bandcamp, and check that all out. Give them a like, a subscribe, and a follow so you can catch either any of their upcoming releases or shows, especially when they're performing in your area. As always, our hope here is to bring you your next favorite band. If you happened to tune in tonight because you already knew Love, Said the Commander, thank you very much. We hope you like what you heard and what you saw, that you might give us a like, a subscribe, and a follow so that we can bring you your next favorite band in the coming week. Or your next favorite band might already be out there. Our website, nextfaveband.com, and our YouTube channel at nextfaveband both have all of our prior interviews, so you can kind of just pick and choose at random, or you could reach out to us. We love curating that, so if you kind of have something in mind from a genre style or just simply curious what a good one to start with might be, we love to share that. As we mentioned, Exordium coming up soon, and Music Fest on the horizon. Hope to see you at a live show soon. And here's one more track from Love, Said the Commander. Here's their tone, my favorite, Joan.